Hi, I'm Luisa.
And Michael.
And we're two vegans in Mexico. And we're not outside of a restaurant for a review today. Why not?
Well, we wanted to take the time to review this wonderful year we've had traveling the world and in Mexico. And we really want to thank all our subscribers for following us this entire year. It's been wonderful.
And we want to thank you for subscribing, liking, and commenting on our videos. It really helps to get the word out there that you can be vegan and eat well in Mexico as you travel. So don't be afraid to try these places. But today we're going to go over the year in review and tell you all about where we've been, what we did, and hopefully it won't be too off topic because we're still vegans and we're traveling. So the big question though is, are we going to stay in Mexico next year?
We'll see.
Are we going to renew our lease? Stay tuned to find out. A year ago today, December 31st, 2022, we were in Sonoma County, California, visiting with our son Brandon and his wife Melina at a beautiful place just for the holiday, the New Year's Eve holiday and New Year's Day. And it was wet and cold.
It was stormy, but it was wonderful family meetup, and we had an enjoyable time. And you know, getting out of there was kind of tough, but we made it. Yeah,
because on the way out, our flight got delayed, and then it got canceled, and so we spent the night in the San Francisco airport. But the next day, when we arrived back in Vallarta, I wasn't feeling very well, so I took a COVID test, negative. 2 days later, took another test, positive. So I wasn't feeling that bad, but stayed away from people for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And Michael never got anything.
I tested negative.
So what did we do in January besides getting recovered from my COVID episode?
Well, we visited all the wonderful places here in Vallarta.
Not all of them.
Well, the places we love. The beautiful market right down the road.
Yes.
Wonderful restaurants like the Elixir Spot. And we have some great videos that you'll be able to check those out.
Yeah, we do. And also the market and the tortilleria. So check those out if you want to see more of just our local area right here. And then going into February, we ended up doing some traveling back to San Diego because that's our doctor appointment month. Cold, wet, rainy, and expensive.
Well, it's cold there during this time period, and when you're in Vallarta and it's 80 degrees, it really makes a difference.
It does, but we met up with some friends. Shout out to Joel and Walter, and our favorite restaurant there is
Evolution. They make the best vegan burgers on the West Coast.
We left San Diego via the Cross-Border Express to get onto Volaris Airlines, which is very inexpensive flying inside of Mexico. So you just go across the border. And what do you think of that?
It's so easy and saves you money. We highly recommend it. So please check that out.
We have a video on that too. And then we're getting into March. We had visitors, yay! Our son and his wife and grandgirls came in from El Paso, Texas. They spent a few days with us. We went ziplining to the rhythms of the night and
whale watching.
Yeah, we did go whale watching.
We didn't see any.
But it's a great time, and we have a video about all those experiences. But great having visitors here. So come on down, everybody. Because we are travelers and we are in Mexico, we had to go see another place. So we went to Bucerias, which is right down the road. We took an Uber there, not that far, and spent the weekend.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful beaches, which you'll see on the video, and a couple restaurants. Our favorite was Karen's on the beach.
And we met up with some family there too because they stay there for like 3 months over the winter from Canada, and so that was really fun for them.
Yeah.
To meet up with us, and we enjoyed that. But yeah, Bucerias, it's okay.
It's okay.
And we will tell you the next place we went to in April, which was Michael's birthday. We got to go to Elixir Spot. They gave him a cake, piece of cake for a birthday present. That was nice. And we went to San Sebastian.
Yeah, a little mountain town close to Vallarta, and cool, quiet, and a pleasant place to visit.
Oh yeah, And in April, I got a new tattoo. Yay! So we really had fun doing that. And then in May, I started physical therapy because
You hurt your shoulder.
I hurt my shoulder really bad. They think I tore my rotator cuff. So I went to physical therapy for a while. And then Michael also, we went to Sayulita, and Michael got something he ate.
Yeah, something I ate. My face blew up with hives. Part of
we
life.
went to the pharmacy and
Yeah.
got him some medicine, so that went away. So that wasn't too bad. And it was mango season starting in Puerto Vallarta, so we really, really liked those mangoes. But then June came, and this was a whirlwind of the last half of the year.
Oh, yeah.
June found us getting my extension on my temporary residency.
Yay!
Shout out to the Gringo for Gringos for helping us out with that.
So no worries for 3 years and then permanent residency.
Yeah, because Michael already has his, So then Brandon, our other son, graduated from his fellowship in
Cardiopulmonary
critical care.
critical care.
It's a big mouthful.
Yeah.
And so he invited us to his graduation, which was in San Antonio. And so we flew there to be with him and his wife, who had also just graduated from medical school. And now she started her anesthesiology residency in San Antonio.
San Antonio.
So this has been a whirlwind travel for us, going from there to see them in their graduation. And then from there, we went to El Paso because
We got notification that one of our renters had literally destroyed one of our rental properties,
they didn't
unfortunately.
destroy it, but trashed it really badly.
Yeah, really badly.
Really badly. So we had to go from San Antonio to, and we flew to El Paso. It was an 8-hour drive, and we don't have a car anymore, so we had to fly. And so we stayed there for a little bit, and about 4 days, got to see our son. Our daughter-in-law and our grandkids were in Chicago at a dance camp, so we missed them, but we got to figure out our house and get it all straightened out. We have new tile in there instead of carpet, and whew, what a mess. But now we have new tenants, and we think we're going to be okay. So that was fun seeing Avery there in El Paso. And then we headed to San Diego. Why did we go to San Diego?
So in San Diego, we did Father's Day and my favorite Padres. Yay!
Yay, we went to two
that was
baseball
fun.
games in San Diego, which is rare for us, but that was fun.
Yeah.
And we got food to take out and bring to the ball game from Native Foods, which
went out of business, unfortunately.
So we probably were the only people who wanted. So that's why we say when you're in town, support the vegan restaurants because they need our business.
Absolutely.
Which is our motto, that's why we go. And so then we went from there to Portland to visit my parents who are still living in Sandy, Oregon in a nice assisted living home. And they are going to be turning, at this point, they were going to be turning 92 and 93. So we went to visit for a few days, that was fun. We got to bring them some vegan food to their patio. And that was really nice. So good weather in Portland, Oregon at that time.
That was a good time.
After our visits in Portland, Oregon, we flew back to Puerto Vallarta, dropped some stuff off, and then took the bus to Guadalajara and then Ubered it down to Lake Chapala and Ajijic to see some friends there.
Yeah, back to our initial place where we stayed for 3 months and really enjoy that time for short stays. Great
we ran into
friends.
some friends. And then we got to go to a Spanish class that we had been to before and saw some of our vegan followers, our YouTube channel followers, so that was fun.
And there's always lots of great vegan restaurants in Ajijic, Lake Chapala.
Yeah, and when you go to Guadalajara from Puerto Vallarta on the bus, it's not like a Greyhound. And it's a beautiful bus.
Luxury buses.
A great drive, but it's about a 6-hour drive.
Yeah.
But you just relax and enjoy the view. It's beautiful. So then we hopped on the bus and we went to Querétaro because I have been reading the history of Mexico and the revolutions and the independence and all that. So I wanted to go see where the revolution started.
Yeah, very historic.
And so we took the bus again from
Guadalajara
to Querétaro. And it was wonderful. We enjoyed it. We stayed in a hotel down in the center, which I would recommend that. lots of vegan restaurants in Querétaro.
Yeah, right in the center of town, vegan restaurants and lots of tours.
Yeah, that's the first place that we have started taking tours. And we took some free walking tours, and then we paid for some tours too. But we also went to Adriana, my Spanish teacher's house. She goes there for the summer, and we were able to go to her house for dinner. Thank you to Adriana and her mom, who made a wonderful vegan meal for us. And that was really fun.
So we stayed there for about 2 weeks and took a bunch of tours, as we said, and did some hiking. That was a little bit different, and that was enjoyable, but it's a really large city that actually reminded me of LA.
Yeah, it's a lot of big box stores.
Yeah.
So if you're feeling like you want to go to Mexico, but you don't really want to get too much into Mexico.
That's your city.
It's just like being in LA, but everybody's speaking Spanish.
Yeah.
I think you can get by without speaking Spanish there.
Yes, you can.
Okay. But I would recommend getting some Spanish under your belt before you go. I went to the chiropractor because remember I hurt my arm and it still wasn't doing very well. And I don't know if that really helps.
Nice guy. I think he helped your back, but not so much your shoulder because you have a tear.
Yeah, you have a tear. So anyway, that was a fun place. We enjoyed our visit to Querétaro, but actually we decided to go to Guanajuato. Guanajuato was an hour-and-a-half bus ride from Querétaro.
Yeah.
And so, you can go from Querétaro either over to San Miguel de Allende or over to Guanajuato. And we've been to San Miguel last year, so this year we decided to go to Guanajuato. We had never been. I loved it.
Yeah, it's a beautiful city. I love all the buildings on the hills, lots of greenery, and lots of interesting restaurants there also.
And they also say that Guanajuato is the place that the movie Coco was based on because it's so colorful there. So if you haven't seen the movie Coco, we highly recommend seeing that movie. And also I went to 2 weeks of Hacienda Spanish school. Highly recommend that. Wonderful activities, the way they do it, an hour of grammar, an hour of culture, an hour of conversation. Lots of practice for Spanish, so highly recommend.
So it's a great city, a great walking city, and like I said, they have lots of restaurants there. Unfortunately for us, we picked up some kind of intestinal bug, literally. We were really down for about a whole week and finally couldn't take it anymore. So we actually saw a gastroenterologist who diagnosed that he believed we had a parasite, and we started on anti-parasitic medicines. And that helped cure us within a couple days after that.
Right, but he recommended that we take that every year, every 6 months.
Yeah, because we eat out in town and you can pick up bugs here in Mexico.
Yeah, but Guanajuato was great. We went to the first Airbnb. After 2 weeks, we were moved to a different one, and then we got the call that my parents were in the hospital and not doing well and not expected to live. So we ended up cutting our trip short and heading off to the León airport. So we flew to Portland from León airport and got a rental car and an Airbnb and all of that because we don't have any of that stuff there, and they live in an assisted living. After about 3 weeks, both of them came out of the hospital. They were in 2 different hospitals at the same time.
Yeah.
But they recovered from their crises, and we were able to see them back at their assisted living. I stayed with my mom for a couple days overnight so that she could get adjusted. And my dad went to rehab, but then he finally came back. And after 5 weeks total in Portland, we decided it was time to go back to Mexico.
Yeah.
But I'd also got a cortisone shot because I went to see an orthopedic surgeon while we were there because my arm was just not getting better. And then I went to physical therapy at the same time while we were helping my parents readjust, and it all worked out.
Yeah, it was wonderful care, a definitive diagnosis, and usually got good movement. And
I can see, I can move again. So no moss grows on a rolling stone, right? We flew directly to Oaxaca because that was on our plan. We already had reservations in Oaxaca, and so we ended up staying in downtown center, Oaxaca City, for a week because that was earlier than we had planned to be there. But we got there Loved Oaxaca City. Loved the downtown center area. Did some walking tours, and we had planned to stay in an Airbnb, which I booked months and months ago because they say for this time of year, October, it gets really busy. Why?
Yeah, Day of the Dead. For me, Oaxaca really was what Mexico is all about. Authentic culture, the foods, the Day of the Dead celebration, weddings, and interesting enough, very little English.
No, I think interesting enough, they don't speak a lot of English. Wow.
Yeah, but I guess that's because the places we have lived, a lot of English is spoken, but culturally just a magnificent city to experience, to learn about Mexico.
And because I wanted to learn more about the Day of the Dead, I enrolled in a 2-week immersion Day of the Dead specific course at the Instituto Cultural de Oaxaca. Recommend them. I went there probably 18 years ago. We figured out with our son Brandon when we came for 3 weeks for an immersion also. You can do a homestay or you can stay in an Airbnb like we did this time. Michael still hasn't got into those Spanish classes yet.
But I did Spanish culture in terms of learning the art at the school and also a music class at the school.
That's true because I signed him up for those. We did Made Mass and we also did the music class, and then the highlight for me was going on the cemetery tours. We met at the Instituto at like 6 o'clock in the evening and they took us out to the cemeteries and we didn't get back till 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
But we have pictures of that. I'll
huge
put some on
celebrations.
here. It's amazing. Highly recommend going to Oaxaca for Day of the Dead if you're at all interested. Indigenous people know how to put on the celebration.
Yeah.
The tourist areas like Puerto Vallarta, yeah, they have a celebration. No, nothing like Oaxaca. So we really, really enjoyed that. And then the next night they took us out again to go to another little pueblo.
And they had Battle of the Bands.
Battle of the Bands, comparsas. Oh, it was fantastic. Fabulous time. We loved Oaxaca. After 5 weeks in Oaxaca, oh my gosh, what a whirlwind in Oaxaca. We finally came back to Puerto Vallarta about November 6th, thinking that the weather would be cooler here.
It is still very hot here in November and into December, which the locals say is very different, but maybe that's climate change. We don't know, except that we use the air conditioning at night, every night.
But we haven't the last week because it's finally gotten cooled down, and that's what we expect. And we love Puerto Vallarta in the winter. And next week we're getting ready to have some visitors from California. We're so excited about that. But here's the big question. Are we renewing our lease here in Puerto Vallarta?
Absolutely. It's wonderful here and a good place to travel from.
It is, and it's a great base. So where are we gonna go next year? Big question. Where are we gonna go first? Well, February. We'll probably go to Mazatlan because again, it's a coastal city and we want to make sure we're not there in the summer.
Yeah.
So we got to go in February because where are we going in March?
Well, we're going to take a cruise. Haven't done that in a few years, and we're going to go through the Panama Canal with stops in Costa Rica, Colombia, and in Mexico.
Yeah. And then the fun part is it has a stop in Puerto Vallarta that we could get off and visit around and then get back on and go for 2 days at sea and get off in Los Angeles and fly home. That doesn't sound very smart.
No.
So we asked the cruise line, they said, sure.
Sure.
We're getting off in Puerto Vallarta and so we'll be home. After March, probably going to be doing April and May just here in Vallarta because June is our time to go back to the States for those medical appointments.
Medical checkups.
So after we do our medical checkups in San Diego, we'll probably fly home to Portland to visit the parents and then come back and then head east and we'll be going to
Mexico City. I'm really excited about that. We didn't make it last year, and so we want to spend a few weeks there. And then also I've heard a lot about
Puebla.
Puebla.
Puebla is the place where 50 years ago or so, I went as an exchange student, right? And my senior year of high school. I didn't know any Spanish, I didn't know any people, there was no computer, there was no internet, and I called home once a month for 6 months and loved Puebla. So we're gonna go visit Puebla with the blue tiles in their center. It's an amazing place. And Mexico City, Puebla, and then probably some of the cities around there,
Yeah.
but you know, we're kind of flexible.
Yeah, we'll see.
So we hope you enjoyed this overview of our year, and hope you stay with us for the next year as we post more videos from the 2 vegans in Mexico. Then if you're in the area, let us know.
Yeah, keep following us. We enjoy letting you know what we're doing, and come visit Mexico.
And let us know where you're going to be so maybe we can have a meetup. But thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment down below. You know, I like to respond to the comments. And in the meantime, have a great day. Feliz año. Feliz año.
Feliz año.